All right, Virgo, take the reading as they resonate. Not all readings will resonate. All right, so we have expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. Okay, here we go. I'm like, where's the book? So we have, don't seek anyone's approval. I am sick, you guys, so I will be coughing. Just ignore the coughing. I'm okay. People will always have their own expectations of who they think you should be. Their opinions are almost always based on restrictive societal norms and therefore are extremely unrealistic. No matter what they tell you, remember that you have permission to be whoever it is you most wish to be. You don't need anyone's approval, only yours. Ooh, already starting off strong. I like that. So Spirit is saying, don't give no fucks, Virgo, okay? About what people want you to be and who they expect you to be for them. Like, because whether you do or whether you don't, somebody gonna have something to say. So be who you want to be, right? There's gonna be people that are gonna accept you for who you are. And I feel like your energy, the reason why these people are trying to make you feel some kind of way is because your energy is actually very attractive. It's very alluring. You have a softness about you. Or there's some sort of innocence about you that's very attractive. Souls find comfort in being in your energy around you. Tell me more about this energy for Virgo. Okay, so we have 5 of Wands in the reverse, and we have Knight of Cups sideways. So I feel like your feelings, you were in a place where your feelings, you were feeling a lot of emotional turmoil, conflicts, right? Just from whatever was going on around you, not necessarily just romance, but you're putting those feelings down. We have the High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles. Oh, immediately someone's coming out in your energy too. I feel like you've been putting down these feelings because maybe someone's been projecting their feelings onto you. And this could have been a romantic situation where someone was expecting you to show up a certain way and you didn't, right? You pull back your energy. And the High Priestess coming out with the Queen of Pentacles, that's your energy. I think you saw the direction that this connection was going, and you knew that this was going to lead to disappointment. So you made a decision to walk away. You making that decision to walk away was you putting down that conflict, is that I'm not going to let someone's bad behavior or the way that they're showing up affect me. So I'm going to move away from this if they're not going to show up right? Even if it was a disappointing situation and you cared about this person, you still wanted them to know that you you don't need them to approve you. So I don't feel like this is a Virgo that needed somebody's approval. They had no problem standing up for themselves. Hi, Abina. What else? And I think that it's not to say that you didn't care about the situation. You didn't care about how someone was making you feel. I do feel like it did bother you, but I feel like you put it down quickly. Like, because realistically, when people hurt us, we're going to feel it. You get me? So we're going to have to heal from it, but our timeline of healing don't have to be as long if we already cut it off before it begins to brew. So it's like if you're allowing someone to continuously hurt you, then of course it's going to take longer for you to heal because the attachment grew. But I feel like this is a situation where feelings was starting to come about, but someone wasn't showing up. Someone wasn't showing up the way you needed them to because they were putting their unrealistic expectations on you, on who they thought you were, and you get me? And you cut it off before it could grow. It had potential. So you let it go. and you worked on the fact that this disappointed me, this made me sad, but I'm going to be honest about my feelings. It's more so of you acknowledging your own feelings about it. It's like, damn, this is disappointing. I didn't want it to go this direction, but I'm not going to let them treat me like this. And you balance out your energy, where you guys are in the middle of doing that right now, balancing out your energy. Because this is a connection that you did desire. So what I'm seeing is a lot of growth. I actually really like that, because you are more invested in your money right now and your friendships. Like, you are literally embodying your Empress energy. So again, it's like, it doesn't feel like this was necessarily a test, but it's actually showing how much you've grown, because this is a connection that you wanted to grow. This is a connection that you wanted to work out, but you didn't stick around and let somebody mistreat you out of having that codependency of like, but I want this. Let me keep giving them an opportunity to change. Let me see if they're going to change. You kind of just like, you just saw where it was going. You trusted your intuition and you moved on. Now, because you did that, it does have somebody in their feelings. They're feeling the disappointment of their behavior and the loss of this connection too. And they're realizing that you made them happy. This person is thinking a lot about what you said to them, because you said something that was very truthful, it was very direct, and it was honest. And this person is carrying that weight because you were right? You were speaking the truth. So they know that whatever you said was the truth. What happened between this person and Virgo? The Lover sideways. This literally is a connection that, like, it had potential, but it didn't really start, because okay, there we go. We got Three of Cups. They had something in the way. It could be their friends, or it could be other options. I think that this person kept withdrawing their energy. So remember, it had the potential to start, but to where Virgo and this person could have been dating, but it's like this person kept pulling their energy back. Like they weren't really choosing this connection, or they would give a little bit of energy to the connection. So what that can look like, it's like, if they could have been given a lot of time to their friends, so they would be more dedicated to their friendship group, giving to them. Because I'm not necessarily feeling options like they were dealing with another person, but it's like other people were in the way. So I feel like they could have been giving a lot of time and energy to their friends, and giving Virgo the last bit of their energy. So when their day was done, then they would respond or they respond days later. They weren't really building in the connection, being present with Virgo. So it was making Virgo feel blocked. Like they're not showing real interest. They're not showing me that they're interested in me. They're making time for what they want. Yeah, this person is thinking about the past, how they had that opportunity. They had this opportunity with Virgo, but them blocking Virgo was actually blocking themselves, because them blocking Virgo made Virgo block them. This could have been like, Virgo could have blocked them energetically from like reaching out to them, or set some sort of boundary. Or Virgo could have actually blocked them, like phone number, social media, from having any kind of interaction. This person pride was affected, but they're working on healing, and they do plan on returning so that they can have a new start. And this time they would put more effort and invest in Virgo, because they feel like Virgo is the Empress. I think that they're going to impulsively reach out. This person, when they come back in, they're going to be in King of Swords energy and trying to step up as an emperor. So they're going to be more intentional about how they operate in this connection because they had a perspective shift, right? They had to grow. They had to close out that cycle of the way that they were thinking because they were trying to, their ego was involved in a way. They thought they had power. They wanted power. Hi, Kay. They wanted power over the connection. Like they wanted to be in the power position. And them feeding their ego end up making them lose the love that they wanted over them being in the tower. I mean, being in the power position, it created a tower moment. So what, like I said, what Virgo said to them, they keep thinking about it because it was truth. So it helped this person actually have this tower moment and look at their ego. It's going to take some time for them to return, but they are returning 2026 in a different energy because they have more clarity on what went wrong and that they're the ones that need to fix the situation, right? Because I think they had unrealistic expectations. What was their expectations of Virgo in this connection? Like, why did they think their behavior was okay? What was their expectations of Virgo? They expected Virgo to wait on them. Thank you, Kay. They expected Virgo to wait on them. But I don't mean to laugh, but Virgo didn't wait. Virgo separated themselves. Virgo was like, fuck that. I like this energy because I feel like Virgo saw it immediately. It was like, it's evident that you're trying to hold on to me without giving me anything, and I'm not rocking with that. What else? Why did they expect Virgo to wait on them while they were in solitude or trying to separate themselves? They felt like Virgo was intuitive. So they felt like Virgo can clearly see that we have something, right? Virgo could read my mind. They knew that Virgo had some spiritualness to them. Maybe there were certain things that Virgo would say to this person to make them feel like they know me, even if they don't really know me that well. But then we have this 10 of Swords and we have this King of Wands in the reverse. They didn't expect, one thing I know is they didn't expect Virgo to walk away. They didn't expect Virgo to walk away. Know who this person is. Hold on, y'all. I gotta block them. But they didn't expect Virgo to walk away. And they actually was very, very prideful. They had a big ego because they were a King of Wands in the reverse. They weren't showing up as the King of Wands upright. This person could be very attractive and thought like maybe their looks, like, because a lot of people tend to get hooked on their looks, is what was keeping Virgo there. But I feel like you guys could see through that. Like, yeah, you might like how they look, but that wasn't all you wanted from this person. So I think they thought that was enough just because they're attractive. They were used to, I think they were used to feminines who stayed hooked on them. Because they thought they hooked Virgo. They thought Virgo was hooked. And when Virgo ended things, it kind of like surprised them. Because Virgo meant it, right? It was like, I'm standing on business. I'm not playing. And it also made them feel small and immature. Yeah, they end up hurting over it, but they secretly hid it. They hid it. And I feel like this person was just immature and they were being toxic. Because that King of Wands in the reverse is toxic. Like, the toxicity about them was the fact that they look good and they're used to being with energies that's all, how do I say, like people be hooked on their looks. So they're kind of big-headed where they feel like I could have anybody I want because I know they're going to stay because I look good. So whatever I do, whether I go or stay or if I want to come back, I could have it. But Virgo kind of like crushed their ego because them holding back from Virgo actually made that, like, it made her uninterested, right? And you don't have to be a female to be the feminine energy in this reading. I'm just saying her because Virgo's coming out as the high priestess and the feminine who this masculine had expectations on. So their expectations was wrong. Okay, what else? They end up getting hurt. This is a wound. This is something that does bother them. And I feel like they have stressed out about it. They have had sleepless nights about it. They've gone back and forth in their head. Like, should they let it go? Or should they reach back out for another opportunity? Because they do want to talk to Virgo. On the inside, they secretly do desire to balance it out. But they would have to take accountability. So they would have to let go of that pride. It surprised them. It really shocked them when Virgo ended things. They're watching and they're wondering who's Virgo giving to. Are they in another relationship? One thing they did see is like they saw the love that Virgo gives and they know that isn't, like, Virgo isn't like that with everybody. So I feel like they missed that. And if they've tried to date anybody else, they're not even really attracted to anybody else because they don't compare, right? What else? Tell me more about this masculine. Virgo. Queen of Pentacles. Why is the Queen of Pentacles coming out? They see Virgo as somebody who is successful and deserves to be with an emperor. So, oh, their perspective has changed. So, okay, I'll be honest. I think that when they first met Virgo, they thought Virgo was going to be like a fling situation where it's like, yeah, I could have anybody I want. This Virgo is attractive. And they're attracted to me and they're all over me. Like, you get me? And I could come in and out whenever I want to have this Virgo because their expectation is that they're attractive and feminines typically always come back to them. So they don't have to work as much in the connection. But Virgo didn't do that. So that actually hurted them because they enjoyed the attention they were getting. And then it made them realize, like, Virgo is the Queen of Pentacles. She's actually really grounded. She has stability. She deserves to be with somebody who's an emperor, who's more powerful, who could take care of her, who can love her. They see her worth, but it's after she walked away. And whatever she said to them, it's been in their head. So they realize that, like, they feel foolish. Like, I blocked the connection with an empress. It definitely made them do some soul searching. So I do feel like their energy is in a place right now where they are having regrets about coming into this connection with just passion. Like, they didn't really come in with any substance. It was just about passion and romance, like trying to be charming. That's how they had planned on investing in the connection. But again, they were immature. They weren't ready for marriage. This is not someone who had the perspective of an emperor. An emperor is ready for marriage. An emperor is ready to be a partner in a connection. So they then realize that they're not an emperor, and they feel like Virgo deserves an emperor. So because of this conflict, and they want Virgo's attention again, it's actually like they want to date Virgo. They just see Virgo differently. It's crazy. It's like it went from seeing Virgo as a good time to, I want to marry this Virgo, but I have to prepare myself to try to get Virgo's attention again. So I feel like they're silently stressed out, you know, but they have to get some things together in their life. So they're going to stay withdrawn. They're fighting with their friends, could be fighting with their friends. Some people that are close to them. They're working through some connections that they have going on, right? Like, there's conflict in their life that they're giving attention to. And I feel like it's weird because I feel like after Virgo walked away, all of that stuff started happening. They started having conflict with people around them. And maybe that's something Virgo might have told them. That's why they know Virgo is intuitive, because maybe Virgo was predicting what was going to happen and kind of said it in the way that was like it manifested. Because maybe Virgo saw the direction, like, you know, your friends are in the way. Your friends are always in your business. And then they probably didn't listen. But then something happened after Virgo had already walked away. They were still hanging out with these friends, and then something happened. And then they think back to what Virgo said, because Virgo had foresight and saw it. And now they're having that terror moment because they're dealing with these people that might not have their best interest in mind. So they're having this tower moment right now. They're not in a place where they're able to reach out because things are blowing up in their face right now from many different angles, and they're having to deal with that. But they're watching very, very closely and seeing if Virgo's giving her love, attention, time to anybody. They don't know. They don't have clarity on this. So it kind of put them in this space where they're a little bit stressed out, but they do want to talk. They do want to reach out. So sometimes Virgo could probably feel like this masculine's going to reach out because they're picking up on the energy, but they're going to try to hold back until they're an emperor, right? But they got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that they're dealing with right now. So that is what I have for you guys, Virgo. If it resonated, make sure you guys give me a big fat thumbs up. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching.